I love Kanye West. I'm gonna start a video just like that because he's one of those people, Kanye West, that's so just insane. You can't really imagine him like being a real person. He's one of those characters that, like a madman writes for a script for a Hollywood movie, but he turns out to be real. And the actions and the life he lives is all conjured up on his just very bizarre brain that only he himself, like a collector's edition, has in his entire world. And people really grasped onto this sentiment back in last year, I think it was last year, when that whole, Nazi, Jew-hating, whole aura about him came on. And, nobody could believe that was real. And it was just, some kind of weird, very awful shtick. But no, it kept on going for quite a while. Like, really quite a while. Like, to the point that went to, like, Alex Jones. And the insane shit he was saying even made someone like Alex Jones, that red-faced man, be like, what the hell is he saying? Like, it was really impossible to shake off the question that, was he on a career suicide mission? No other person, like, doing that, saying that kind of stuff, could ever, make a career or still have one after that. There'd be no way. Except he did, because, he's actually rich enough that he doesn't have to worry about getting majorly fucked over. He did lose a lot of brand deals and get dropped by a lot of labels, but he still survived after that with, one foot in the grave. He was still high up there in music and had a lot of diehard fans. So this whole fiasco, the whole Nazi thing was like barely pushing the limit to like how long you keep this going for him to still be popular and be able to walk outside and not have a brick thrown his head. However, one border I could never expect him crossing, that I still find pretty funny, is the idea of Kanye West, yay almost, getting addicted to nitrous, like nitrous oxide, or the more common phrase that used by crackheads, laughing gas. I have to preface that because just calling it nitrous makes it seem you're very bougie, very fancy, when it's not. When you're still doing nitrous, you're on the same level, like the same side of the road level of when you're passing out with like crackheads next to you, doing the exact same drug, except he's popping on one of those canisters that has the laughing gas inside it. The only real difference between Kanye West and a crackhead is how they get their drug, and Kanye gets it from his dentist, who's the same guy that installed his nearly $1 million worth golden grills. And once you have the piece of info, you can see like where this whole addiction started. First telling you the first domino of having to be sedated for the process, and then him liking it, and then feeling very euphoric, really enjoying it. After that, he's like, give me a little bit more. Because he's rich, and his dentist, by the way, his dentist, let me show a real quick picture of this guy. Because would you really expect him to be a dentist, and much less, be professional and not give his client actual fucking drugs? And you think I'm saying that purely because, allegations coming out about him. But with this evidence of an ex-chief of staff working for Kanye before in the past coming out, showing messages of him actually begging for nitrous oxide from the dentist, you can't really call it an allegation or a theory, because the proof is right fucking there. For context, this ex-chief of staff came out to talk about a conscious addiction to nitrous oxide, saying how his dentist was intentionally giving him the drug to actually get him so fucked over that him and his clients could actually rob him of his money, like actual millions. And that, I have to admit, it's pretty funny. If it did actually work, it could have worked. It would have been the funniest heist of millions. But of course, Kanye West and the dentist denied it and said he was full of shit, which at which point let him, get the messages, screen recorded, and share to everyone. Which at this point, they're so, they feel so fake and actually scripted. I have to read it out to portray the actual insanity between this crackhead duo. I mean, Kanye's a crackhead, clearly. The other guy hasn't been proven to do so yet, but I feel like you have to be pretty high on something to have these messages. Right, so you have a group chat, you have DC on the left, which I guess is dentist or Dr. Connolly. It's from the point of view of the ex-chief of staff, so you have the blue messages, and then you have Golden Freddy at the top, which, by process of elimination, that's Kanye West. I don't know why he picked that. Every single person was laughing in their ass over this, but my only theory is that, he's either FNAF head, or he loves bears so much in his album covers and work that saw Golden Freddy was like, oh, that's a bear, I'll use that as my picture. Stands about 10 inches, AI generated handheld nitrous oxide personal use system. I loaded the AI with some real N2O2 images and it spits this out, fire emoji. if you want to see Joe DeGrosso's numbers to make sense, I need 8. This needs to be a long-term goal. Get recreational nitros legalized. Meanwhile, we master the delivery system with a 2-year head start. And the other guy, the only thing I hear is like, surely you are joking. Prolonged misuse of nitros causes birth defects, problems with B12, and your spinal cord disintegrates. Why would anyone want to introduce another drug to an already depressed, addicted, demoralized, and apathetic population of dopamine slaves? And Kanye is like, can I have the nitros today? Tom, you said you bring them by today. Checking in. Are you at the chateau? Yes, can do. Like the entire conversation of, getting fucked over and your system shutting down, that flew over his head and he's still begging for it, like an actual slave. I really can't tell if this is Kanye's ego being like, oh, I'm fine, I won't get fucked over by this, or if he's actually so addicted, he doesn't care about all the bad stuff that could happen to him. He wants to get a quick fix, that's it. And that dentist, with the way he was planning to make a personal new system to give you nitrous, laughing gas, to fuck over your brain, really backs up the theory how he wanted to make Kanye West so high that he could be open to just come in and rob him of all his money. So what actual professional dentist that cares about his clients would actually want to give that to them and get them fucked over that much? Only him, because of money, and it really feels believable. And you know what? By the way that Kanye was asking for the nitrous, just very quickly, just immediately, made it seem he's already dug his claws into him pretty deeply. You have him, that chained up already at that level. Oh, and the fact as well that you have an actual video of him recently, of him calling out Ryan Garcia, saying it right there on video, that's on nitrous.
Ryan Garcia, this yeah, I'm on the nitrous.
So, with all that in mind, this ex-chief of staff was probably in his right 100% to be worried about Kanye and feel like this dentist is trying to get him, more and more deep with just laughing gas addiction. Even though I feel like in those messages, and with the way Kanye is, in general as a person, his addiction is so bad, it'll be pretty hard to get him out of it until he keeps on doing it, until his spine actually breaks over and he hits his head on the floor.